And I'm going to go ahead and start the live stream now too. Who's the iPhone 7?
iPhone 7, you need to call me.
Oh, okay. Um,
Luke, actually, I do need to. I,
um,
you're right. I'm way behind.
it's Corina, Corina. Oh, I've got it right here. Hold on. NNA. Sorry. NNA.
Asking for my name.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Corinna.
Yeah, I gotcha. Um, D7 rep. Really?
Hey Ronnie, real quick. Um,
Oh, I apparently can't do the live stream because it's asking for the authentication code again sent to Tim McGuire's phone number. Haven't had that happen in going on 6 years. That's weird. Okay. Well, so we're not live. Damn it.
One would have
Um,
thought that you would have updated that phone number 6 years ago.
we did. It keeps changing back. I've gone through it like a dozen times, but I haven't had to do it in years. Um, that's crazy. Um, Let me see.
James, were you saying something?
yeah. I just did the CFA 4 for Johnson County. And I noticed in the bank account the triple membership money never ever made it to the account. So I was a little confused because I
Or
know
which county is that?
Johnson.
And are you talking about the annual payments that I sent out, like just before convention?
Yeah, those I never double checked in the account, and then when I went to do the form, nothing was in there. It was the exact same amount as the last CFA 4. And then I did have a question on that, which so for that, when that does come through on that CFA form, do I put that as money coming from the pack, or how do I report that money coming in? Or
So
I'm
hold on.
sorry, money
It should
coming
have been
from the
yeah,
state.
it should have been $50. So I'll go back and look at it. I know the others got theirs.
It's from the product,
Um,
not the pack.
right. So I think look at the code. So there is a sheet that the state provides that's kind of a worksheet that tells you what the codes are for each type of contributor. And so you'll
Okay.
list the contributor as like an I have to go back and look at the options. I don't have it in front of me, but it says like other organization, it might say other political organization. Just pick the one that's most appropriate. There's one there.
Okay. I'll figure that out for the next form
Yeah,
then.
there's only like five choices. Just read the description, and it's like it can only be one or two of them. Just pick one,
I think it's regular party committee
something like that.
is the term.
It
Okay.
would be cool if that was
Okay.
one of the options. Yes,
I think it is.
it's
Is
not.
I don't know if
regular
it
party
is.
committee,
I
isn't
think
it?
it's
You have
some.
to
I
put
think
it
it's more
under
vague.
other. Because
Yeah, I think it's like an other. I
yeah,
do. I think it's vague.
regular
Okay.
party committee. Apparently, regular party committees never donate to anybody.
I'm still trying to learn this whole treasure thing. So
Yeah, it sucks, man.
I appreciate you guys taking my questions.
Where's Luke? Luke, let Larry know that I'll post the video to YouTube as soon as we're done with the meeting. But right now we can't broadcast on YouTube. Um, okay. The time is 10:34 a.m. It is Saturday, April 18th, 2026. Um, and I'm calling this meeting of the Libertarian Party of Indiana to order. Oh, I'm sorry, 10:34. I'll call the roll. Our secretary is not here today. Chair McMahon is present. Vice Chair Siniak,
Present.
Treasurer Dixon,
Here.
D1 Schick,
If you say District 1, I'm here.
okay. D2 is vacant. D3 Avery,
Here.
D4 Lundy,
Present.
D5 Shillings,
Present.
D6 Lomax,
Present and accounted for.
D7 Cone,
Present.
D8 Haynes, D9 Curran,
Here.
Comms Director Smith,
Present.
Tech Director Nikel Schulteis.
Mikel,
I spelled your name wrong on the agenda.
present.
Outreach Director Coquillard, not here today. Okay, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 12 present and voting. Adoption of the agenda. Is there any
Motion to adopt the minutes.
Seconded.
agenda, buddy?
Oh, motion to adopt the agenda for today's meeting.
Thank you. Do you still want a second, Mr. Smith?
Yes, I'll second.
Any discussion? Any objection to the agenda? Hearing none, the agenda is adopted. Appointment of timekeeper. Let's try somebody not in their car. Mr. Smith.
Got it.
Officer reports. Did all the candidate filings. Went to the election division a couple of times. Met with them. I knew about the exodus of the GOP council and co-director a little ahead. I thought it was interesting. Valerie, actually, the co-counsel, Republican co-counsel, actually got approval from the ethics division to nominate Sheldon at the convention for SOS. And apparently they just decided they want to be done when the primary is over. So their resignation takes effect May 6th. Brad King has been there since the 90s, since the late 90s as the co-director. He's been talking about retiring for a while. I think a year ago he said this would probably be the year he would retire. So it's not as unexpected, but I feel like if things were better there, they wouldn't be, at least Valerie wouldn't be leaving. Don't know what's going to happen because it's an appointment by the governor, picked by the party. So it'll be interesting to see who they get to take their two places. No issues with our candidate filings. I will also say that all of our candidates filed on time. I did have to check with a couple people. I sent out the notices to them, reminding them, as well as every single county party that files with the state filed on time. To the point where normally on Friday morning, I get an email that has all the lists of the outstanding counties, and there's normally one or two, and I get a hold of them again, and everybody files before noon. When I got the email at 8 a.m. on Friday morning, there were no Libertarian County parties on the outstanding list. So everybody had already filed. When I sent out the reminder the other day, I had multiple county parties reply back saying, yep, already took care of it earlier in the week. Thank you for the reminder. So we're doing good. That's 2 in a row where we've not even come close to being late with any county parties or candidates. So that's awesome. I wanted to comment on Treasurer Dixon's report about the convention. The convention actually didn't cost us more money than previous conventions. It was actually in line or maybe even a little less. The problem was turnout. We had 64 attendees. That is a little more than half of what we normally would get. Normally, we're about 100 to 120 paid attendees. Um, to put that in comparison, I know it felt like a kick in the teeth. Michigan had 36 people attend their convention. Florida had 42 people attend their convention. California had 68 compared to our 64. I was just in Texas, and the Texas convention had something like I think it was 104, where they normally have 200. So across the board, for a lot of reasons, we're seeing that the convention turnout was low. Interesting side note, every single one of those conventions was in a remote location that made it difficult for other people around the state to get to. Talking to other state chairs, we're all kind of talking about maybe we need to all go back to being centrally located again. That way the pressure isn't as bad, and people can come. So that's something for the convention committee to consider is maybe we need to go back to being within Marion County, or immediate outlying area. That was something that I did hear from people was they didn't want to have to get a hotel room to go. It was a little bit further than they would like to travel. So that is a thing, but there's also a lot of people are burnt out right now, because every day is a new catastrophe in the political world, and there's a lot of burnout. So, and something to keep in mind. That's all I've got. Mr. Vice Chair.
I just have a big shout out. Thanks to the convention committee of last year. That was amazing job that everybody did. From our chair securing a mosh to speak. That was a huge get. And Christy doing so much groundwork there in Fort Wayne, and just being physically present. So just a huge shout out to the team. I thought from an optics standpoint, not from an attendance standpoint, but from the speakers we got, the engagement we got, even the press or the press after slash our speaker went out in Fort Wayne and said how thankful she was publicly to us. All of that went well. I'm looking forward to continuing convention ideas for this next year, and hopefully we can get off to a good start on that as well. I can see the rest of my time.
You're on mute,
I'm
Evan.
muted. Yep. Treasurer Dixon, do you have anything you want to add?
Yes, no, my email speaks for itself. One thing I did want to bring up or ask is I'd love to see a new member report, new member report, like just what are numbers coming in. That's just I don't know if anybody else cares. If it's easy to do, if someone shows me where it's at and it's easy to get, maybe I'll add it to my list of reports. If someone else wants to be kind enough to make it their monthly report, I think that'd be useful for me to see. Because for me, on the financial side, it helps me kind of correlate things like where's growth at, where are we losing money? Because we had convention fall off, but I also see member donations look fairly strong year over year, as far as continual. And I've seen some new names when I had to enter in the member report. I saw names that I didn't quite recognize, and it made me think like, are these new members for the first time? I hope someone's saying hi to them and inviting them out, and whatever. Um, the second thing is I do, if someone could generate for me again the quarterly triple membership report for this year. If I get that, I'll get the payments out to everyone as far as where they go. I know Evan, you got that for me last year, the annual one. If you throw me the quarterly one, I'll figure out who's owed payments and get those out along with James. I'll follow up on your Johnson County payment. I don't know why that didn't go through. So I got.
And can we have like a day sometime soon where I show you and do an SOP on how to pull these reports?
Yeah. Is it in
Because
Civi?
yeah, because
I could probably take a whack at it myself first and probably figure it out and then ask you if I get any problems on it.
You
I just
just
hoping someone else would be like, "Oh, Ronnie, I love making those reports. I'll do it and I'll send it out monthly."
yeah, the speaker is the one who gets the role. Congratulations,
Yeah,
Mr. Dixon.
yeah. Fuck, man. Fuck, man. Well, you ain't getting your fucking county payments anything.
Can it be automated?
It actually, we
Yeah,
can actually
let's do
automate
that.
it. I
Let's do
haven't
that.
done that in a while. We did it on the old system so that the monthly went out regularly, and I still get that report of zeros from the national system. Yeah. We didn't have a
Great,
membership director who did all of that. We had a vice chair who did all of it.
great,
And
great
she was
idea,
membership director
Corinna.
before she was vice chair. You're right. Sorry, Mr. Lundy. You're correct. Yeah. But yeah, I'll show you how to do it. And actually, once we build that report out the way you want it, then we can actually create it to be an auto report that automatically gets generated and sent out. Um, I'm going to, the secretary's not here, but I'm going to, is there anybody who would move the approval of the March minutes? Both sets.
So moved.
Moved by
Second.
Mr. Lomax, seconded by Ms. Curran. Any objection? Hearing no objection, the minutes are adopted. Moving on to district reports, starting with District 1, Mr. Schick.
Everything's pretty much status quo. We got our CFA forms in. We had a opportunity to speak at the Duneland Chamber of Commerce. Duneland is all the towns in the northern part of Porter County, and we had two speakers there, candidates, myself and our District 4 candidate, Travis Gerhardt. And that's all for me. Any thoughts or questions? If not, we can move on.
Nope. District 2 is vacant, but I'd like to ask Mr. Siniak if you have time this next week. You and I need to get together to talk about trying to help St. Joseph County hold a new special meeting to elect a county chair and to get the district together to vote for a new district rep.
Yep, I'm more than willing to go ahead and help with that. My family's up there anyway, so I'll make a family trip and I can be physically present as well.
Cool. Okay. District 3, Miss Avery. Nice haircut.
I got it cut like a month ago. I don't know what you're talking about. Allen County is continuing to meet twice a month, one casual meetup and one business meeting. Adam Newmeyer will be on the ballot for township board, and our school board candidate is waiting for the appropriate time to file. Our campaign finance form was filed and emailed to the secretary, and I haven't really heard much from Whitley or Randolph after the convention.
Randolph replied, was one of the people who replied that they had already filed. And thanks for the reminder. I do believe they're going to have candidates. I thought I heard rumblings of that. Question.
Not surprising.
The woman who presented, and I'm sorry, I'm blanking on her name, who presented at the convention for the homeless outreach. I know that she had received some flack from the city council when she tried to make a presentation thanking the Libertarian Party. Have we heard anything further about that?
No.
Is there anything that we can do to help raise awareness for that situation?
I mean, maybe do some letters to the editor or something about. I don't know if they've made any clarification on that rule or not. It's at a time that I can't attend the city council meetings, so I haven't heard anything further about it.
I'm totally willing to have our comms director draft a letter in my name as the state chair, criticizing the politicization of the council meeting when it came to a local nonprofit. That had it been the local, or is it mostly Democrats on the council?
No.
Okay, if it had been the local Republican Party, they would have no problem with it being mentioned. I'll be hostile.
I don't know if her statement was exactly what caused the rule to come up. She never actually said that. She said she felt like she couldn't say it because it was a political party. And they said they didn't want political things mentioned in the public comment.
Find out if you can look into it. I'm more than willing to do something to draw
Okay.
attention to it. Because I do feel like if it had been the local majority party, they would have had no problem with somebody saying thank you to the local party for organ. I mean, I guarantee they're going to talk about the Republicans in a couple of months when they hold their state convention in the same spot we were. So, anywho, anything else, Ms. Avery?
Nope, thank you.
District 4, Mr. Lundy.
We actually had a slight uptick in membership this month. It's the first one in a while. Even though we lost several in Tippecanoe, we picked up a few in unaffiliated counties. Donations remain steady. Politically, we have, I think, possibly one township board candidate's going to run for re-election in Morgan County. And I know we have one in Montgomery County as well. Does the SCC need to take an action on that, Evan, today, or?
We can't. We have to have a file stamped letter 10 days before the meeting. So I need to just get him to take that letter to them.
I know you guys finally connected, so we know which forms we need and all that. I was just asking.
Yeah. Yeah.
For those who don't know, Tom Nubian, the previous chair of Montgomery County, and he served on the Montgomery County Township Board, whatever where he's in. So anyway, he would be running for re-election, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah. So at some point, we'll be putting him on the ballot.
It'll end up being a special meeting that we'll have to call.
Okay. And everybody filed their reports. That's all I've got.
The question was whether or not he filed a Can 32, which needed to be nominated, or if he filed a Can 16, which is just a declaration of party. And it turns out that they're slightly bigger, so it's a Can 32.
Gotcha.
So we have to do the nomination for them because the county
Because there's no affiliate anymore. Yeah.
or dissolved. So, is there anybody? I didn't ask him. Because there was 3 libertarians elected to that township board. One of them moved. Is the other person not going to seek re-election?
I think there was only the 2.
I thought there were 3.
I don't remember there being 3, but as far as I know, he's the only one wanting to do it. So
okay. Anything else, Mr. Lundy? Okay, District 5, Ms. Schillings.
These regular meetings the third Wednesday of every month. We'll be having an event January 3rd and 4th in Carmel Fest. You need booth volunteers, somebody to man the booth and talk about things. You can go to our Facebook event page. There's a sign-up sheet there. And nothing else really remarkable happening at this time in Hamilton County. So we'll be doing our service Saturday, May 9th, which I had erroneously, I'll own it, already scheduled for this year. So that's all I have. Thank you.
When was Carmel Fest?
July 4th weekend.
Thank you.
Sorry, July 3rd and 4th.
Okay. Any questions for Ms. Schillings? Hearing none. District 6, Mr. Lomax.
So most of the stuff in District 6 was detailed in my report. Had regular contact with Johnson County Chair Matt Kappas and made sure that the filings got done. So glad to hear that everybody filed on time, even the ones that didn't respond to me. I'm very pleased about that. Couple of big things coming up in Hancock County in particular. The Hancock County Libertarian Party is probably going to host a primary debate for the sheriff's candidates. We do not have an active sheriff candidate, and one of the candidates reached out to us and asked if we could be a nonpartisan arbiter of a debate between the sheriff candidates for the Republican and Democrat. So we're really excited about that. I've also got an application in to be on a subcommittee for the Board of Zoning Appeals in Hancock County, specifically surrounding data centers and the rules that are going to be required for data centers to get approval in Hancock County. So that's a really big step because we can make sure that you get a little bit of oversight to make sure that people don't get poisoned, but also make sure that you're not completely stifling technological growth and tech jobs and construction jobs in the area. So I'm going to go ahead and concede the rest of my time. If anybody's got any questions, feel free to ask.
The sheriff's debate, you said that's for the primary?
Yeah.
Is that just are there
It's
two
going to be
Democrats and
one.
two?
It's going to be one of the two Republican candidates and the Democratic candidate.
The other Republican was invited and declined to come?
Yes. And we're not paying for it. We're just emceeing the event. They're paying for it. And they're not paying us. Do I need to consult with counsel about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Offline. District 7, Mr. Cohn.
Good morning. So this is my first report as District 7 chair, so I'm going to get better at this as I go on. We had a meeting last week, our monthly meeting, and we've been discussing different ways of increasing engagement. And I think we're going to be trying to vary our meeting locations, or maybe going to 2 meetings a month. We had a visit from our neighbor from Hancock County, Larry, is it Silver? I hope so. Brought the wonderful trophy that they won this year and gave us some inspiration. It seems like our Marion County representative Stephen Whitmer is riding on top of people to make sure that they get their filings in on time. So it looks like we're good for that. And we are getting some plans together to show up in sandwich boards, some of our local events, the July 4th being probably the next one. So that'll probably be downtown Indianapolis, and try to get the names out. That's my update.
Just a reminder, we do have the office here. We have 2 buildings right next to each other that have co-working spaces. If you want to come and work here, one, we've got the desk right here and a desk right here if you actually want to work in the office, but then also you're able to work downstairs in the large lobby co-working space, but also we have conference spaces in both buildings. So if you want to hold a meeting, if you want to do things like that, we can absolutely do that.
What's the latest that we could do that? Because one of the things that we were running into in terms of just trying to get people out is the taverns and bars are very noisy, so it's harder for people with hearing impairments to participate. And the other is that a good number of people who are involved might be up in the northern part of Marion County instead of central.
Yeah.
So just those 2 factors. So if it's something where we could do it from like 6 o'clock to 8 to 7:30, or
the conference spaces we
Yeah.
have 10 hours of conference spaces, but I also have 2 other officers here personally, so we can have up to 30 hours of conference space uses a month. We've never used all 10, by the way.
Yeah.
And that's free. However, if you want to use like where we actually held the meeting, we technically weren't supposed to hold the meeting there because that's the co-working space and you have to rent that. And that is $75 an hour.
Okay.
But the other conference spaces, I can get you connected to the app and you have 24-hour access. So you just you need to schedule the conference spaces through me. But when I do that for you, you can come and unlock the doors anytime you want with the app.
Okay. So if we wanted to do like 6:30 to 8 o'clock, we would have that available.
Yep.
Oh, that's a great option. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, absolutely. Any other questions from Mr. Cohn? Okay, hearing none. District 8, Mr. Haynes is not here. Unfortunately, District 9, Ms. Curran.
I don't think we really have much that wasn't in my report. The active counties are continuing to be active. Tanya's town hall was last weekend. She had good support from other party members. We had a tax day protest this week. That was a lot of fun. Had lots of good discussions with people. We hadn't done those for
A long
probably
time.
10 years or more. Kind of figured everyone e-files. I was very surprised at the number of people who were at the post office, either mailing off paper returns or having to mail their checks. So we really did have some good conversations. I think that the rise in gig work may have something to do with that. A lot of self-employed people are waiting until the last minute to do Schedule Cs. But that was a good time. We don't really have anything coming up, but we are filling out the schedule. That is kind of the planning. Me and Margie and Tanya, Morgan, we're looking at scheduling things around the district over the next several months. One area we could use some help in is on communications. Some more contacts in some of the counties we're not in. We probably missed some opportunities getting folks to Tanya's town hall. I think they relied almost exclusively on Facebook instead of sending things out like to the local papers. So we could use some more media contact information throughout the district.
So what we can do is you can send a press release, and if you work with our comms director, he can set up the press release system to look like it's coming from Tanya,
Okay.
and then
Okay.
he can send it out targeted for you.
Okay.
That for every
Margie is
county,
her
for every candidate.
communications director. So on that piece, that's
Actually, we'll talk about this in a second, but I actually asked Mr. Smith to work with her because when I did get a statement from them, I sent it to him and said, this needs cleaned up. This needs help. Please help.
Yeah, I did hers before. I think that there's quite a bit of reliance on AI doing that. And yeah,
it was coming from a Gmail account. There were,
Okay.
there were quite a few things that I asked our
Okay.
comms director to help with, and we'll get
Okay.
a report from him on that in a second.
Okay.
Do lean on our comms director. He's not busy. He doesn't do anything else. So just lean on
Okay.
him to get that done.
Okay.
He'll tell you what he needs to make that press release look like it's coming from her. But we can do that. We can
Okay.
do it for all of our candidates. We did it for James's campaign when he ran for U.S. Senate. We did it for Jeff. We've done it a couple of times, I think, for Lori this session. We
Okay.
did Don Rainwater. We just need it, graphics and contact info and the official email address for the website, stuff like that, and then we can make it look like it came from them.
Okay. Sounds good.
Let's see. Any questions for Ms. Curran? Hearing none, moving on to comms director, Mr. Smith.
Yeah, as far as any campaign press releases, I don't do anything. I only have about 4 jobs right now, but I am.
Only 4? Are you new here?
What's that?
Only 4? Are you new here?
Yeah, so those are the jobs outside the party. So, yes, please, if you would like me to help out, I especially can edit and clean up your releases that you want to send out and can send out on behalf of the party. It does take, if there's any specific news outlets you want me to reach, because the system we have is a little bit clunky at times. It's a little hard to add people, and I'm starting to figure out how to do that. But there's a lot of legacy media out there and a lot of the new media. Like I know, for example, up north, there's a publication called Ink Free News. It runs everything we send them, but they're not in our system that's sent to us. So I had to manually add them, for example. So if there's anybody specific that that you want to reach, let me know. And yes, as long as I've got graphics, contact info, and an email address, I can send those out on your behalf. The other thing.
Hold on one second, Mr. Smith. Yeah. I want to add, you need to give 48 hours notice, not including weekends.
Yes.
So if you need it to go out right away, we're not going to be able to, if it's like you need this to go out in the next 2 hours, we can't do that because we're volunteer. If Andrew was paid, then we would demand that he do that and quit all his other jobs. But so 48 hours notice, try to give as much lead time as possible for a press release.
Yeah, I've had a lot of contact with local media. Channel 8 out of Indianapolis, especially, is very interested in what we're doing. They have covered our convention in the past when it's been local, and they now have merged with the ABC affiliate as well. So they, that news division has 2 of the 5 major network stations in news teams in Indy. So after the convention, we had multiple mentions in media with Lori highlighted and our candidates throughout, especially Central Indiana, but throughout the state. And so that continuing to kind of hammer things on socials, especially if you have candidate events that are coming up, let me know so I can blast that on our socials. We want to help you. We've got a very, very large reach. We find that out anytime we criticize Donald Trump and get 400 replies. But yeah, I feel like our social reach is good. Our post convention, especially, we were able to get a lot of earned media, and this is a time of year people are going to be looking to spotlight our candidates. So,
any questions for the comms director? Okay, hearing none. Tech Director Schulteis.
I emailed out my report. I don't have anything further to add. I do believe that Mr. Dixon and I did finally fix the name issue on treasurer@lpin.org. So future emails should no longer have me be the permanent treasurer. And I worked with Andy Burns on getting the redirect set up, and I should have access to do further redirects if needed.
I can't remember because everything happened in swamped. Did we get the user request issue resolved with Andy so that we can add new users to the Civi?
I'm not certain. I'll reach out to him to
If
make
you could
sure that
check on
that's
that
resolved.
for me today, because I'd like to schedule some time with Mr. Cohen. And I know we had 2 pending requests. And I think we also need to get Mr. Whitmer from Marion County connected. So I'd like to schedule those within the next 14 days. And so I'd like to be able to add them as users. So if we can check this weekend so I can schedule those Monday for the next 14
Okay.
days, that'd be great. I'd also like you to sit in on that, Mr. Schulteis, so that we can create an SOP for how to add users
Okay.
and do their initial training. Any questions for the tech director? I do want to add, I did get a final from Andy Burns on handling creating county and candidate websites connected to Civi. And the cost to just have him do them for us so that it's not relying on me to get it wrong and mess them up is $200 per site. And it's just the one-time fee to have him onboard it and set it up and do all of that good stuff. That doesn't include your domain name, the URL, but it's $200. I'm of the opinion that if a county wants to do it, I think that the state party can cover that because we're asking them to do it and we're going to get the benefit from the data from them then doing contributions and volunteers and stuff like that through Civi. So I think, maybe not Marion County because spoiler alert, they've got like 6 grand in their account. So like maybe they can sponsor a whole bunch of other counties. But any questions about that real quick?
I do have a comment.
Yes, Mr. Schulteis.
Before Tim Cotton resigned, he was looking for different hosting options for the District 2 counties. So that might be something they'd be interested in.
Yeah. Anything else? Mr. Cohen. Mr. Cohen.
I do, as the District 7 rep, I do have to object to the tax the rich expression that that the chair just made. So, we're happy with our wealth. You don't have to take it from us.
Second.
I didn't say take it. I said voluntarily give it.
Oh, okay. I withdraw my complaint.
Of all the powers I have, I do not have the power to drain your bank account. But I am a member of the county, so I may move that at the next meeting. Okay, Elizabeth isn't here today. They had an event for Will Henry, the second district congressional candidate up there. Um, so I hope that event is going very well for him today. Moving on to committee reports, I doubt there's much of anything on these as of yet, but moving on to convention, Mr. Vice Chair.
We've already started to explore areas, as Evan mentioned. It's possible that, or more than likely that we're gonna return it to somewhere in central Indiana. Just for the sake that it makes it, a 2.5 to drive at most for everybody in the state. Um, Maybe 3 hours if you're on the corners. Um, but that's yet to be set. So if you have um, if you have a convention center you have in mind, we are thinking that it could possibly go to Hancock County, which um, I'm hoping to work with Luke to look at some possibilities there. That's not a for sure thing. So again, we're open to those ideas. But I do think we want to keep it in central Indiana. And that's really all we have right now as the convention committee.
Attending Texas's convention, I can't trash them right now publicly, but it appeared to be a very well-run convention. It appeared to be a very well-run convention. There were some cracks in the porcelain. Um, One of the things that they do is it is an actual 2-day convention where they split the business amongst 2 days, but they also have paid lunches, dinners, a VIP room. There's a bit more activity and involvement, but it makes it so um, people participate for the full weekend. And their business starts at, I think it was 9 a.m. both days. It was interesting. I definitely saw some benefit to how they organize that portion of it, but they have a lifetime lunch on Sunday, which is only open to the lifetime members, kind of like our 94 Society breakfast. Um, and then they have another dinner on Sunday. So they have a dinner Saturday, Sunday. Friday is a longer party, including at the actual same venue. They had a carnival kind of thing. Outside the hotel, there was a dunk tank and a mobile axe throwing and a face painting and like a couple other games. It was very interesting. Um, and then they had inside, all of the vendors were already set up. All of the tables were already set up. And then they had sponsor dinner. It was really shitty hotel hamburgers and chips. Um, and then they had the karaoke party, which they're famous for. Pat Dixon does a huge event. I mean, he's no DJ Bacon Mountain, um, or DJ Munchies or whatever Michael goes by. Um, but it's an elaborate setup, and they have it's like a rite of passage to participate. They have what's called kamikaze, which is for like a 45-minute period, you can pay money to make somebody do karaoke, and they have to pay the same amount to not do it if you're in the room. And I was like, that's interesting. I don't like the idea of being forced to do it, but if it's in good fun and a person really objects, maybe. But it was a very interesting convention. I think it's something that we should, not the kamikaze karaoke part, but maybe doing 2 days of splitting the event and having the second half of the day of both days be more event driven. That being said, our business meeting tends to be at a maximum like 2 hours long. So maybe it's not necessary. But anyway, it's something to consider. Maybe, something to think about of freshening up our convention, maybe approaching some new ways of doing things. I'm not saying that their way was the way we should do it, but maybe we should spice it up a little, change things up a little bit. Um, Anything else on the convention? Bylaws, there hasn't been anything submitted to the bylaws committee. I do think that we're going to have some SEC sponsored bylaws this year to prepare for 2027. We're definitely going to when Lori Shillings gets over 10% and or wins Secretary of State, we're going to have an immediate bylaws issue, which will be addressed at the potentially 2-day November SEC meeting. Which I have pledged no matter what happens in May, I will stick around to be part of that process and that meeting for whoever else is in charge at that point um, to help facilitate that emergency bylaws stuff. Any questions about any of that? Okay, zeroed out the teams reports because none of the teams have met so far. So the next item on the agenda is SOS campaign update for 15 minutes. I put Ms. Shillings, but it can be Ms. Shillings or Mr. Lundy, either one.
If Mr. Lundy could take the lead on that, I would appreciate it since I'm commuting.
Great. A lot of it right now is fundraising. We did pretty good at the convention. We have, as Lori mentioned at the convention, we have a very specific marketing plan that we're trying to get funded. So that money isn't just going into a pot and we'll figure out what to do with it later. It has a plan and a purpose right now. So we need that, and we need volunteers. We need volunteers either at the senior level where you're actually part of the campaign team helping us do stuff, or just what we're referring to as blueberries, because blue is one of our campaign colors, where you just show up at events, wear a t-shirt, and cheerlead for Lori. Like, we need everything in between. So if you're interested in helping out, please make sure you get in contact with us. And the other major thing right now is let's get the event schedules set up. If you have an event and you want Lori to be there, we need to know when it is. We need to get it on our campaign calendar now so we know when and where we're going to be. We are already plotting that out all summer long. So like we've already got events in like October and we've got events in June. So let's get it moving and just let us know what you have and what you need, and we'll try to get there. We've had some media hits. Lori was on the Rob Kendall show. She was on a podcast called Liberty Dad. We've gotten, ever since we annoyed some of our media outlets, they've remembered to mention her. When Bobi gets the maximum amount of donations, at least ours is also in there. So that's helpful. Yes, Evan, you have a question?
A couple points. One, I was really glad to see you commented on Rep. Mishler's post and that Mishler amended the post to include Lori. That was really awesome. I was really glad to see that because I was about to do it and then I saw you do it. I was like, I'm going to let Danny take this one. Second thing, I would really like it for there to be a phone bank weekly or every other week here in the office. Putting our time towards either using the conference space over at 801 where we hold our board meetings, or if we get larger groups of people, the party can pay to host in the main lobby co-working spot, and we can get some pizzas, some snacks to have people come in and do that. District 9 through Miss Jennifer Commissar Jennifer from Chair and Floyd County was just up here in the office picking up some of the squeaky chickens. She came up the other day and she actually went to the post office thinking that was our address. And I was like, no, we're on Shelby Street. She came over and she said she could commit to gathering some people from around District 9 to come up on probably a Saturday would be easier because that's further down south. Trying to get them up here at like 6 o'clock on a Wednesday probably won't work. But if we can do a Saturday, that might benefit. I would just ask, like Lori probably doesn't need to be there, but somebody from the campaign needs to be at those at those phone banking things. So I want to coordinate that with you guys, but I would really like for us to be phone banking and calling the people that you would like us to call, and also talking about your talking points, if that makes sense. That should make sense. But I'd
Yes.
really like us to be doing that. And I'd like for us to be starting now as opposed to waiting until the fall to do it.
Fair enough.
Other than that, the email that you sent to me to send out, we need to figure out, we need to redo that. Sending it out through Civi, just copying and pasting won't look right. So I was going to retool it to say they and she
Sure.
so that it's an actual message from the state party. Is that
Sounds
cool?
great. Yep.
Okay, cool. Um, do you guys still want a Civi site?
We don't need a website. We need I think Lori would like to have access to the contacts in City, like so that maybe she can send that email, or do you want us to just keep sending it to you?
No, I mean, we can build that so that you guys can send it. But what I'm concerned about is, if we're going to do that, there needs to be data coming in as well. So,
Right.
like contributors and stuff and volunteers need to be run through Civi from the campaign. But we can do that. We just need to pay Andy to do it.
I mean,
And
the problem with like switching the website is it's a lot because everything's already moving.
I mean, we can build everything up to make it look exactly the same. And then
Okay.
once you guys approve
It's
it, it just
it's the back
switches.
end stuff that we'd have to switch over that's a problem. But we can talk about that more offline.
Okay.
It's hard to run a campaign for a year and a half and then hey, last 4 months we're going to switch where our website is.
Yeah.
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
I mean, I wanted us to take that up a while ago, but we didn't. Um, yes, yeah, let's do that, Lori. Um, any other updates or anything that you guys need to mention from the campaign?
I don't think so. It was mostly from the party standpoint of how do you want us to access civic contacts so we can start sending our fundraisers out to everybody and let them
She
know hey
just
we need
commented June
volunteers and
20th. That's the
yeah.
date of your fundraising event at the D.
Yes, that's
Robinsons, which
right.
is the email Danny. No, that isn't the email you sent me, is it?
It's mentioned in there, but
Okay.
we're gonna do we're once we get it set up we'll be sending that out as well. But yes,
Okay.
thank you for the reminder, Lori. On June 20th we will be having a concert and bourbon tasting at the D. Jack Robinson. So clear your calendars. Tickets are available for that. I believe there's a Facebook event that you can go find more information on it. So there's a $50. There's a lawn seat. Bring a chair. Go listen to the concert. Have some non-alcoholic beverages and some hot dogs. If you would like to go inside to the bar and have a bourbon tasting, we have VIP tickets available for $150. So
I will commit to at least one VIP ticket now. Um, so I'll purchase
great,
one and then I will donate my bourbon back to Lori so that she can
great.
get hammered. Um, sorry, McGuire just finally messaged me back, so we're going to set that up. I don't know if I'll be there on June 20th, but I'll try really, really hard, but I'll at least buy a ticket. But I'm not giving it to anyone unless you specifically just want a body in the room as well. But I would encourage them to buy their own VIP ticket. Um, can we talk about signs for a second? What is your
Sure.
current supply on yard signs?
I mean, we've got a little less than 100 left. Plus, we've distributed them to many, many, many counties when we were out doing the county conventions prior to the state convention. We gave some out at state convention. So right now, we should have a good distribution of signs and rack cards for a lot of people headed into both the primaries and the convention, or not convention season, but carnival season. So let us know what you need.
Questions I have. Do you have signs for the office? Do you have rack cards for the office? Um,
Yes, we just haven't made it to the office.
okay. Um, if we can do that sometime soon, that would be great. Um, I have had people ask for yard signs. I've had member requests for yard signs and I don't like, I mean, I can say, go to the candidate, but for SOS, I'd like to be able to say I can get them to you right now if you're near the office.
Well,
Um,
yeah, and their county might already have
yeah.
some that they can pick up there.
Let's see. Do you need anything from the state party?
Lori just said, please make sure you refer those people
I did.
to us so we can put them on the thing.
I did. I told him to go to the website and to reach out to you guys because
I can't think of anything else. We're pretty good about emailing you as soon as we realize we need something. So
yeah,
it's not like we're shy about it.
Yep. Always ask. The answer may be no, but I
I
will.
don't care if
I
it's
told
no.
Lori that I am always going to try to find a way to say yes for the SOS campaign. Sorry, everybody else. I will find a way. I have a thing for us to do post major party conventions that we should probably do. We could talk about that.
You mean the major party convention on June 20th?
Yeah.
We may have planned something for that day, actually.
I feel like we should send some letters post major party convention.
Oh, that sounds great. I will say we're also planning probably another major fundraiser. We haven't set a date yet, but it's probably going to be in September.
Okay.
We need to scout a venue, but we have an offer.
Actually, if you want to hold a private event, you might reach out to Rebecca St. Burris and Mark Burris. We haven't done this in years, but we can use their property down in Morgan County, Morgan Monroe Forest, to hold a fundraiser for the SOS candidate.
Great. We do have a call into them, so.
If you need me to step in on that at all, I'm more than happy to. Insurance.
We also have a venue downtown that has been offered to us, so we're looking into that.
Okay. Insurance, I did confirm with Sam that we cannot put the campaign on our so it's not like our county parties where we are the co-host and it falls under our insurance. We cannot do that with candidates. He was looking to see about getting a quote for insurance for you guys should you need them for an event that you're actually going to be in, where it's the campaign doing it. So like if you're in a 4th of July parade, you can't use the state party's insurance unless it's the state party is in the parade and you just happen to be there as well, which means it would have to be paid for by the state party.
I understand what you mean.
Okay. But he is looking into getting quotes for a policy for you guys. Anything else? Anybody have any questions for the campaign? Okay, hearing no other additional information for the campaign, there is no new business. Any announcements that haven't already been made?
Ronnie has an announcement. Read the chat, Ronnie.
I think that's a private event.
What chat? Wait, hold on. What?
Are you doing something July 5th?
Yes. Yeah, that's for everybody.
But it's not open to the public, right?
I mean, like, what do we
define
as
public? Do you want me to put your address on Facebook?
Who all sees it? Like libertarian folks?
The world?
I don't know. I gotta think about it.
We could. Is it a ticketed event? Are we going to charge money for it? Because if it is, then we
no,
can
the
address.
Like
then no, I would make it not a public event then.
Okay, but that's an idea about it being ticketed. But no, I didn't want to get into the ticketing thing.
If it's ticketed event through the state party, then you know it's roughly in Fishers, but you get the address once you're registered and paid for the event.
Yeah, no. This is good. We'll make it private. Just you know, all the cool kids.
Okay. So, not Danny and Luke. Okay, got it.
No, like Kelly and Christy.
Okay. Any other announcements? Hearing none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Curran. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Cohn. Any objection? Hearing no objection, the time is 11:29 and we are adjourned.
I'm out.
We did it 8 minutes early.
Hey, Evan, one quick question, if you guys think it.
hold on a second. Let me stop recording.